Hey there, and welcome to the Spiffy tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add static quantity options to your Infusionsoft order form. As you can see here, this is what these static quantity options will look like once you have it all set up. So a customer will be able to come here and select a different quantity option to purchase a bigger bulk amount of a single specific product on the Infusionsoft order form. This will only work with one product on the order form, just to be clear. Now, by default, the Infusionsoft quantity selector looks like this with a little box in the order summary section. It allows you to add, allows the customer to change that selection to be whatever quantity they want, but doesn't really allow you to specify different promotions or different discounts that you might have set up or might want to set up for a larger quantities, for the purchase of larger quantities. So basically what this code snippet does is it adds lipstick to the Infusionsoft order form that's leveraging this functionality. So when we get this all set up, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. It should only take a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes to get the basics of this working, and maybe a little bit longer just to get all of the discount prices properly set up within Infusionsoft. So again, like I said, this is all just hard-coded onto the Infusionsoft order form. We're going to set these prices, all this text and everything, and these prices are all being pulled in from custom HTML code. If this is considered an advanced snippet, so it does take a little bit of HTML knowledge. If you don't know any code, I'm going to walk you through it. It's very, very simple and straightforward. That being said, all of this text is hard-coded. So when we go to set the pricing, this is not affecting the price of the total amount. All of that is done within Infusionsoft. So if you're building these bulk discounts for bulk quantity purchases, all of this pricing will need to be set up within Infusionsoft, and I'll show you where to set that up. And then these pricing numbers will have to be added to the code to match the discounts that you have set up in Infusionsoft. I'll go all over that as we dig in as well. Okay, so first things first is to get a Infusionsoft order form up and running, add a product to it, and this is just a basic Spiffy order form. So I literally just created this little test order form, added Spiffy code to it, and we are good to go. So the first thing that we'll want to do is we want to make sure that this box, this little checkbox right above the save button on the Infusionsoft order form is not checked. So we want to make sure that we allow customers to change the quantity. The second thing that we're going to want to do is within our Spiffy account, we want to make sure that we have this quantity input on. So if it's orange, it's on. So we want to turn that on and hit publish. Now we're going to come back to this order form, just make sure that it's all loading. So it is loading there. So if you're not seeing that quantity select box right there, you want to make sure that this is unchecked, and within Spiffy, when you're editing a Spiffy order form, that you have your quantity input turned on. Next step is to go back to your Spiffy account. You'll want to leave that form canvas and go to your snippets tab, and we're going to scroll down a little bit under the enable quantity selector snippet category. This second option here, add a pre-configured quantity option. We're going to click that, which will jump us down to the bottom of the page, and we're going to copy this code. So we're just going to click on that, copy all of it, come back to the custom HTML areas within your Infusionsoft order form, and we're going to paste that code right into the custom footer. Now, this is leveraging a custom field within your Infusionsoft account. So one next step that we'll need to take is adding a custom field to your Infusionsoft order form. So I'm going to hit save here, and we're going to go jump over and add a custom field. So to add a custom field, under the admin settings tab, or settings link there, under custom fields, we want to add a custom contact field. We're going to hit go. We want to click add a field, and this is going to be quantity of product X. We're going to save this field, And you can see this field down here. We're going to want to find the database name for that custom field. So I clicked on show database names, and it's basically exactly what I typed without any spaces. So try to avoid custom characters, underscores, question marks, any of that stuff. Just have the base name of that, and then make sure that you are copying this, not just guessing, but copying exactly how it's showing on this little window. So again, click the view database names for the API, and that will show you the database name for that custom field that we just created. We're going to hop back to the code in our order form in the custom HTML footer section, and I'm going to paste that the name of that custom field right there. So we want to keep contact 0 underscore quantity of product X, and we're going to hit save really quick. And now we're going to scroll up to the top of this snippet, and this is where all of the code is for those preset options. So you can see here we have quantity bundles, and then the first one is two rigs of minnow swarm, best deal, and that price. So this is where you set each of those options. And as you can see here, we have a bracket, kind of the details of each option, the end bracket, and a comma. A start bracket, the details of each option, bracket, and comma. So if you wanted to add another option, you would just simply copy that whole section there, and right after the comma, hit enter and paste. And then let's just change this to 7. So we got a 7 option in here, and we're gonna bring the price down just a little bit to $16.55. Hit save. So we're gonna navigate over to this links tab, and we're going to open this order form right here. And now it has all the options that we just added, and it does not have the little quantity selector box. So these are all those predefined options that we set in that code. And as you can see down here, it's changing the total amount based on what option that we set. Now, you might have noticed that when I loaded this page, 1 rig was selected. Let's just say that you want to have 2 rigs selected by default. So a quantity of this product of 2, you want to be the default option. We're going to go back to Infusionsoft, and under the products tab, right here under quantity, it's set to 1. So this is the default settings of Infusionsoft, and to change the default setting that is the default quantity setting that's displayed on the page load, you'd simply change this option to be whatever you'd want it to be. So let's just say we want to default to 2. That's the promotion or the product that we're, I guess the bundle that we're promoting the hardest. And we're going to go back and view this page. Looks like we have some caching going on here. Let me try the other link. There we go. So now the quantity of 2 is selected by default. Now, as I showed you and mentioned towards the beginning of the video, under the custom HTML areas, this is you're going to be setting all these different prices to match the prices within Infusionsoft. So if you're adding prices and for higher quantities, they get a discount per item. All of that discounting will need to be set up within Infusionsoft, and this text right here would just simply match the settings within Infusionsoft. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the details of setting all of that up, but I'll show you exactly where to do it. If you go to e-commerce setup, you go to discounts, free trials, and upsells, and you would set up a new product-specific discount. I believe I set one up earlier. I think test 10% off. Yeah, okay. So I test 10% off on this $1 test product. If you purchase 5 of this $1 test product, you get a 10% discount. So coming back to this form, and again, going through this process, you would set up this discount. This criteria box shows up here at the bottom, and you want to make sure to set that criteria based on this specific product purchasing this amount. So for each one of those quantity options, you'll want to go through and set up this for each one of those quantity options. I just set it up for 5. So over here, if you click on 5, you'll see a 10% discount on the entire purchase. So 10% per rig, so 10 cents per rig times 5 rigs is 50 cents. So you'll see a 10% discount applied to the total. Typically, you'll want to determine the percent discount. That's the easiest way for the product settings, the product discount settings. You can also set it by amount. Amount will be the total amount, not the per item amount, I believe. So the best thing to do is really the percent, and figure out the percent discount from full price, and set up this again for each one of those options. That's about it. So again, you simply copy and paste this snippet into Infusionsoft, and you set up the product specific discounts in order to apply bundle discounts and bulk quantity discounts. And then you would edit that snippet to, just going back to the order form, you would edit this snippet to reflect the actual pricing. Again, just to reiterate, when you are looking at this form and you're editing and you're adding in these price points, this is just a facade. It's all just hard-coded text. It's not going to recognize these prices. You'll have to set that up through the Infusionsoft product-specific discounts based on the criteria for each one of these quantities. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at support@gospiffy.com. We're happy to help. If you're not yet a Spiffy customer, jump on board, go to gospiffy.com, hit our pricing page, select the plan that you want, and we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can try us out completely risk-free for 30 days. No harm, no foul. If it's not the right for you, then just ask for your money back, and we're happy to refund all your money. So thanks so much for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions, shoot us an email at support@gospiffy.com. We're always here to help. Take care.